Hello and welcome back to another video of me sketching the Stray Kids members to figure out their faces and how to draw them better. In this video I'm using the Pilot Color NO colored pencil. I really like using this pencil, but it's very light, so I hope it's visible during the video, and of course I will switch to other pencils later, but the first sketch is gonna be with that one. And for the people who always ask me for what pencil I use, it's this one, so I can really recommend it. But yeah, as always, if you want to draw with me, I'm gonna put the references up on screen, and you can absolutely use this as a motivation to grab your own sketchbook and or tablet and sketch with me. And also feel free to tag me on Instagram if you draw something or like the same thing that I'm drawing here in the video, because I really love seeing your sketches and what you're doing while I do these videos. And yeah, just you can tag me there and I can share it. It's always fun to see that. But yeah. Oh, and also, before we get right into the topic of this video, I wanted to ask you a question, because I've been experimenting with the style of these sketching videos lately, and I really enjoy these little short videos where I just talk about whatever I was going through my head while I was doing these sketches, or like I want to give you some tips that came to mind while I was drawing these. But I'm making them pretty short, and I also skip some steps. As you can see, I used to do just like quicker videos, as in I sped up the process so you could see everything, but in a very quick way. And in the past videos now I've been like cutting them up to have these little snippets of the drawing process. But I've been thinking about making longer videos, as in draw with me videos where you can draw in real time with me. So let me know if you want to see that, and if that would be something that might be of interest to you, because I feel like those can also be quite motivating to like draw on the side, because sometimes those 10 minutes are just not enough, but it is a good time frame for me to talk about certain topics. So let's get into the video and talk about the actual topic I want to talk about today. So with the sketch you're currently seeing on screen, I really wanted it to turn out well. I've had the screenshot of this photo shoot saved everywhere, so I remembered to draw it, and I always procrastinated it because I really wanted it to turn out well. I wanted it to look really cool. I wanted to make this video out of it, and like draw with you guys. And I don't know, I just really wanted it to look cool and impressive, and I don't know. So it took me a long time to actually sit down and start drawing it, instead of like doing it in the moment where I first felt like it. Like I could have just sit down immediately, sketched it, not care too much of how it turned out. But I feel like because I put this kind of pressure on me, that I really wanted it to turn out well for the video and maybe for a social media post, and I just had these huge expectations for this drawing, that now from the two drawings that are on this page, it's my least favorite one. It's not bad, but I feel like it's not even my usual style. It is my style, but I feel like I can definitely see the difference between the style I have when I feel very relaxed and I'm just sketching and I don't really put much pressure on myself, and I'm not thinking about this being like for a video or for I don't know, a print or something. And like there's a clear difference in the style I have when I don't have these thoughts versus the style I have when I have these thoughts, which I think this page really shows. I don't know if it's visible for you, because I know the struggle of the artist, that like we see our own mistakes and our own differences, where we are like, oh, I know I could have done that better, and I've done better drawings, but maybe other people don't necessarily see it that clearly. So maybe you don't see it that well, but for me personally, I feel like I could have done a much better job, and I might try to draw it again, maybe digitally. But this time maybe without putting all this pressure on myself, and giving myself the time and everything, because With the second sketch you're gonna see, I think it's so much better because I was so much looser, and I'm gonna talk about this when the sketch is actually on. But yeah, I feel like this style, I feel like it's not really Chan. Like, it's him, but you can't really see it's him. I don't know how to describe that. I don't really recognize him here in my style. It's I feel like I switched more into like this kind of anime-ish style again, and it's, I don't know, he looks a little childlike. I don't know what happened here. But yeah, I was really frustrated at this point, and I actually didn't think I would upload this video because I was just like, I put these huge expectations for this drawing on myself, and then I felt unsatisfied and thought, okay, this is not so good. But then I thought, okay, I have to fill the other side of the sketchbook spread, so I'm just gonna do this and see how it turns out. And I saw the side profile from the same photo shoot from Chan, and one thing about me is I really love drawing side profiles, especially Chan's side profile. It's so much fun. I love drawing his nose from the side. It's giving me so much joy. I don't know. I could draw him in side profile all the time. But yeah, this was a sketch where I was already like kind of like logged out of my brain. I was like, okay, I'm gonna film it, but like I might just delete the video and record something else on a different day where I feel better about my sketching, because I really felt like it's one of those, okay, I just can't draw today, right? So this was a loser sketch. I wasn't thinking about anything, what I'm gonna do with this later, how I'm gonna post it or anything, and it turned out so much better. You can actually, I feel like you can actually see that it's Chan, and I just like this kind of style I went into here. I feel like it's more of my usual style that I like to draw portraits in, and I think I even drew it so much quicker. You can see me doing this here with the hair. I just used like very bold, quick lines just to kind of get the idea down for what I'm seeing in the reference, and instead of like kind of having this cramp in my hand with the other sketch where I was like, okay, I need to get every detail and I need to pay attention to everything and it needs to look good. I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever shape I see, I'm just gonna, wing it and put the line down, and if it fits, it fits, and if not, then I'm gonna put a different one down. And it worked out really well. And this is like, this whole topic is just like, it really shows me that I feel like just putting this unnecessary pressure on ourselves for like no reason. Like, it's better to just draw and then like have maybe like a lot of not so good sketches, but like you have a few that you had a lot of fun with, instead of like putting all this pressure on yourself, skipping a few days of drawing because you want to draw this, but you're scared of messing it up and not having it look that good, and then you're just like kind of like wasting this time where you could just like experiment. And even in that time frame, honestly, like I skipped, I think 3 days until I finally sat down and drew this. And now that I'm thinking about it, I could have just used that time, instead of procrastinating it and being scared of actually putting my pencil down, and then like being scared of like the failure and the disappointment I will feel, which I felt anyway. Like I was so scared that I skipped those 3 days before I actually recorded it, instead of just drawing it, and if it turns out bad, I can just draw it again, you know what I mean? So sometimes it's not that serious, and I feel like because of that huge pressure we put on ourselves, we're just like ending up wasting a lot of potential. And yeah, it just like, if you put a lot of pressure on yourself, it's hard to say like don't, I know that, but maybe a little pep talk, like if it doesn't turn out well, you can always try again. Like there's no rule that like if a sketch turns out bad, you cannot just sketch it again like the next day when you maybe feel better, or like you have less pressure on yourself or something. Just like keep relaxed, and you will always do good sketches at one point, you know what I mean? Like it will come back to you. it's not like just because you did one bad sketch, it's never like it's too late. You're never gonna recover again. But yeah, I hope this somewhat was relatable and maybe helped you. And yeah, that's it for that video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.